Somehow Caitlin Clark's shoe deal is back in the news, and this time in relation to Steph Curry. Steph Curry famously left Under Armour, which is a big deal because, when you think of Under Armour, you think of Steph Curry as the marquee athlete, at least from the basketball side. I think of Under Armour, I think of soccer, and I think of Steph Curry. And now he is no longer with the company, making him a sneaker free agent. And of course, Steph Curry is a massive, massive star, massive draw, a ratings draw, changed the entire fabric of the game. And he's drawn a lot of comparisons to Caitlin Clark or vice versa, right? Because of where Clark shoots from. I don't know if you can call it Steph Curry range.
The numbers are out. Caitlin Clark's initial endorsement offers were an absolute insult, a shocking undervaluation for a talent that has since redefined an entire sport. The details of these deals are now sparking fury, revealing a systemic issue far beyond just one athlete. It's truly a slap in the face for what she brings to American basketball.
Draw, changed the entire fabric of the game, and he's drawn a lot of comparisons to Caitlin Clark or vice versa, right? Because of where Clark shoots from. I don't know if you can call it Steph Curry range anymore. They call it Caitlin Clark range. Point being, they shoot from about the same range, and that's what led to that. But there is another connection now, apparently, between Curry and Clark, and that's when it comes to this Under Armour divorce. Now, there's been a lot reported about why Steph left Under Armour, and he apparently had friction with the CEO and the direction for a while. And all that for various reasons. But one of the latest ones,
Under Armour's attempt to recruit Clark is now back in the spotlight, directly linked to Steph Curry's highly publicized departure from the brand. They pursued the Phenom, eager to secure her, yet their actual financial pitch fell dramatically short. It trailed the total value of Nike's offer, itself a conservative bid, given Clark's eventual meteoric rise. This initial lowball from a major brand set an alarming precedent.
Apparently, between Curry and Clark, and that's when it comes to this Under Armour divorce. Now, there's been a lot reported about why Steph left Under Armour, and he apparently had friction with the CEO and the direction for a while, and all that for various reasons. But one of the latest ones was underinvestment, as far as how it's been reported, that there wasn't investment enough put in the brand, and that specifically relating to Caitlin Clark. A report from Bloomberg came out, and then, it was picked up by Sports Business Journal as well. They wrote something, but this is the gist of it.
Curry famously left Under Armour, a monumental split for a brand almost synonymous with his name in basketball. The superstar guard, a massive draw who changed the fabric of the game, ended his long-standing partnership over reported friction with the CEO and disagreements on the company's strategic direction. But now, a new critical piece of that puzzle has emerged.
With the CEO and the direction for a while, and all that for various reasons. But one of the latest ones was underinvestment, as far as how it's been reported, that there wasn't investment enough put in the brand, and that specifically relating to Caitlin Clark. A report from Bloomberg came out, and then, it was picked up by Sports Business Journal as well. They wrote something, but this is the gist of it. Sources noted that one sore point for Curry was the attempt last year to recruit Fever guard Caitlin Clark to join his brand. He and the company pursued the Phenom, but Under Armour's offer trailed the total value.
One of the latest reported reasons for Curry's disaffection was a significant underinvestment in his own brand, specifically concerning the pursuit of Caitlin Clark. Sources indicate Curry was deeply frustrated that Under Armour, despite chasing Clark, did not commit the necessary resources. He clearly saw her potential, a vision apparently not shared by the company's leadership.
Curry was the attempt last year to recruit Fever guard Caitlin Clark to join his brand. He and the company pursued the Phenom, but Under Armour's offer trailed the total value of Nike's pitch. As Under Armour founder and CEO Kevin Plank returned to the helm early in 2024, a source said that Curry hoped that Plank would invest more in his line. So that's Curry's brand, and obviously that would have been tremendous synergy. I don't know if Caitlin Clark, no disrespect to Steph, who's unbelievable, but I don't know if Caitlin Clark should be sitting under anybody's brand, to be quite honest, but that's not the point. And if you go back to some of the reported figures that were thrown out there, it really is wild
The return of Under Armour founder and CEO Kevin Plank in early 2024 brought a glimmer of hope for Curry, who explicitly hoped that Plank would invest more in his line. This investment would undoubtedly have included securing a talent like Clark, creating an unimaginable synergy between two generational players within the same brand. That opportunity was tragically squandered.
But I don't know if Caitlin Clark should be sitting under anybody's brand, to be quite honest, but that's not the point. And if you go back to some of the reported figures that were thrown out there, it really is wild in retrospect to see some of those things, given what Caitlin Clark should be getting. If these figures are true, this is apparently from the Wall Street Journal, but you see these deals there. And even that Nike deal is an absolute steal. And if that was as high as Under Armour was really going to go, it just shows you, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be a flash in the pan. And that, it wouldn't carry over to the WNBA level. And that's the doubt of, women's basketball at the time. And
the Wall Street Journal reported figures for these early deals, and in retrospect, they are truly wild. To think that a talent of Clark's magnitude was offered such paltry sums, even for a player who hadn't yet entered the professional ranks, is baffling. It underscores a profound lack of foresight and a concerning pattern of undervaluing emerging female stars.
Flash in the pan. And that, it wouldn't carry over to the WNBA level. And that's the doubt of, women's basketball at the time. And, having not seen it happen, like, I guess I get it to a certain extent and to a certain sense, but it was obvious and in front of everybody's faces. And in retrospect, it looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous because Caitlin Clark, should be worth as much as anybody really on the sneaker market, male or female. And you'll see when those kicks do indeed drop. I mean, look at the logo stuff is starting to pop right now. But it's interesting to see it.
Even the Nike deal, which was ultimately higher than Under Armour's inadequate offer, is now considered an absolute steal. This wasn't just a slight miss, it was a fundamental misjudgment of a player who quickly transcended the sport. The initial market response failed to grasp the seismic impact Clark would have, leading to terms that seem almost insulting today.
When those kicks do indeed drop. I mean, look at the logo stuff is starting to pop right now. But it's interesting to see it framed that way. And it draws headlines, right? I mean, they're in it again. Is the truth of the matter. It draws headlines because Clark's name is involved. I mean, that's the juiciest story to come out of the Under Armour divorce with Steph Curry. But Curry saw it, there's a great philosopher once said, real recognize real. And the ultimate moral of this story is that Steph Curry saw the real.
This undervaluation wasn't an isolated incident, it was rooted in the prevailing doubts surrounding women's basketball at the time. A skepticism existed, a wait-and-see mentality that questioned whether collegiate success could truly translate to professional stardom and widespread commercial appeal. This systemic bias unfortunately dictated early financial negotiations. Many pundits and industry insiders genuinely believed Caitlin Clark might be a flash in the pan. There was a pervasive thought that her college phenomenon wouldn't carry over to the WNBA level, that the unprecedented viewership and fan engagement were temporary. This conservative outlook directly translated into the disappointingly low figures on offer. Looking back, this doubt now appears utterly ridiculous. Clark's impact on the WNBA has not only carried over, but has dramatically exceeded all expectations. Her games consistently shatter ratings records, arenas sell out, and merchandise flies off shelves. The idea that she wouldn't deliver on her promise now feels like a bad joke from a different era. Caitlin Clark unequivocally should be worth as much as any top-tier athlete on the sneaker market today, male or female. Her cultural cachet, her unparalleled drawing power, and her ability to move product are undeniable. Any offer that doesn't reflect this reality is a glaring error in judgment and a disservice to her true market value. Just look at the evidence now. The logos are starting to pop. Her name alone drives sales and attention in ways few athletes ever achieve. When those kicks eventually drop, the market will speak volumes, cementing her status as a global icon and a commercial powerhouse. The initial low offers will serve as a stark reminder of what could have been. The media frenzy surrounding this story highlights a critical point. Clark's name instantly generates headlines. Her involvement makes any narrative juicier, more compelling, and infinitely more clickable. This undeniable power to draw attention should have been factored into every single offer from the very beginning. Her marketability is in a league of its own. Steph Curry, a great philosopher, once said, "Real recognized real," saw Clark's potential clearly. He recognized the undeniable talent, the captivating appeal, and the sheer commercial force she represented. His frustration with Under Armour's short-sightedness wasn't just about money, it was about missing an obvious generational opportunity. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the challenges female athletes still face in achieving equitable compensation. Despite undeniable talent and proven market appeal, initial offers often fall short, reflecting ingrained biases rather than objective valuation. It's a battle for recognition that continues, even for a superstar like Clark. The missed opportunity for Under Armour is monumental. Not only did they lose Steph Curry, but they also failed to secure Caitlin Clark, a move that would have revitalized their basketball presence for decades. This double blow will undoubtedly be studied as a case study in corporate misjudgment for years to come. The contrast between initial market skepticism and Clark's undeniable drawing power today is staggering. Her journey exposes a flawed system that struggled to foresee the inevitable. It forces us to question how many other talents, particularly female athletes, have been similarly undervalued because of outdated perceptions. This isn't just about a shoe deal, it's about the broader narrative of professional athletics and the equitable recognition of talent. For a player who captivates a nation and brings unprecedented attention to her sport, receiving anything less than top-tier market-setting compensation is simply unfair and unacceptable. The systemic issues that led to these low valuations underscore a critical need for industry-wide reevaluation. It's a powerful statement when a national treasure like Caitlin Clark, a true representative of American athletic excellence, has to overcome such financial obstacles early in her career. The fight for fair play extends beyond the court. Caitlin Clark's story is a powerful message to everyone involved in professional sports. Recognize true talent, invest in it boldly, and never let outdated assumptions dictate market value. Her unwavering determination demands that the industry pays not just attention, but also the fair, rightful salary that she has so clearly earned.